Hello, dear students. I am Professor Masood Ahmad. It's my legal class. And today we are going to have the fifth class on a subject called environmental law. The environmental law subject we have in LLB course, which is affiliated to Usman University and most of the universities in India. So today's presentation, we are talking about the ancient Indian approach to environmental degradation, and pollution. And after that, the kinds and causes and effects of pollution. So these things we are going to discuss today. So ancient Indian traditions in the protection of environment. See, dear students, India is known as it is the largest democratic across the globe. And the uniqueness about India is diversity, not only in the religion, caste, creed, culture, customs and tradition. So that diversity we have usually we find in India, not any other country across the globe. Because of that, India has got a background of spirituality and mythology. So based on that, it is I mentioned that according to the ancient Indian philosophers, that man being an intelligent creature should have the protection of environment as one of the fundamental duties. The Vedas, Upanishad, Puranas, and other scriptures give a detailed description of trees, plants, and wildlife along with their importance to the community. Dear students, here I can tell you because of the diverse background of India in respect of the religion, caste, and creed. We have the great religions in India like Hinduism, Christianity, Islam, Sikhism, and other great religions we have. So, if we go for the religious principles and practices, there the lot of importance is given to the environment, and it is the individuals they have the responsibility to protect the environment in terms of you call it a spirituality or the mythology and the religion. And if you go to the old scripts, you will find so many things where the religious principles are there that we must protect our environment, we must protect our forest, we must protect our ocean, river, so the greenery and the trees. So these things, it is everybody's responsibility in terms of spirituality, religion, and mythology. So because of that, the India has got the great history of protecting the environment in general. Now, let us go for uh, ancient Indian approach to the environment. In ancient Indian tradition, people have always valued the mountains, rivers, forests, trees, and several animals. Thus, much of nature was venerated and protected. Forests have been associated with the names of forest gods, goddess, both in the Hindu religion as well as in tribal culture. So it is there. So as I've already mentioned you, that it has got the historical value, it has got the ancient value, it has got the spiritual value, it has got the religious value. So the environment in general, it is the responsibility of all the human being and mankind. So whoever is are staying on this earth. So here in India, in few of the religions, we treat mountains, rivers, and forests. We give a lot of importance spiritually and mythologically. So here there is a table actually. So in table, no, in Hinduism, Hindu mythology, the lot of importance is given to the trees and the fruits. So that we can see it is a self-explanatory about it is written about the Ashoka and Buddha. It is the Indra, Fig, Vishnu, Rudra, uh, Kadamba, so Krishna, so on, so forth. So this table will give the ancient and historical background of India, how the environment is respected and how the environment is protected. I think this is an example you find in India. Ancient India was bounded to the north by large mountains and to the south by the Indian Ocean. Major rivers flowed from northern mountains, the Indus River and the Ganga River. India's climate was diverse, consisting of desert and tropical areas. The surrounding we see the ecosystem of India is such that we could have the balance the environment here. So usually what happens if you see the most of the African countries and the European countries, you will find the extreme environment. So even the weather and climate, if you take, so you may have ups and downs. But here in India, based on our surroundings and the ecosystem, so usually we have the normal environment here. So sometimes there may be some abnormality in some extreme situation. So some calamities and all. It is, we can say, the God of act. So it deals with the nature because nature we cannot control. So we have to cope up with all these things. Okay. Now let us go for difference between the ancient and modern environment. The environment, ancient cities had a much smaller impact on the environment than the modern cities. They they did not have the same level of population or the waste disposal problem. Modern cities have a much larger impact on environment. The produce they produce more pollution and waste, and they consume the more resources. I remember in my childhood know that when I was doing my school, I was taught by my teachers that the 80% of Indian population they are in rural India, and the urban population it is 20% and less than that. So now also the percentage is coming because a lot of migration is going on from the rural area to urban area. I can tell you now roughly we say it is about the 65% population we have in rural India and about 35% population it is in urban India. See what happened, the migration of population now it creates a lot of issues and challenges. See, one of the important parameters, what I say as a student and professor in healthcare and management sciences, healthcare sciences. So all these things, what I can tell you, the population size, the population growth, and demographic profile of the population. And one of the important parameter is the density of population. So what happens, the environment deals with the population size, population growth, and demographic profile. And specifically, if you want to consider one of the important parameter, it is the density of population. So there is a lot of difference between the ancient and modern environment in terms of the rural part and urban part, because the urban part what happened know that most of the individual from their villages, their districts, the rural India, they migrate to the big cities, maybe the metro capital. Metro cities are the state capital and few of the renowned cities like you take Delhi, Mumbai, Calcutta, Chennai, Bangalore, and Hyderabad. So these are the cities that the urbanization. I can tell you in each and every city the population is more than 10 million, which is coming to more than 1 crore. And few of the metro cities, their population is more than 20 millions and 30 million. So this is happening. So you take the greater NCR region, we call it, and the population it is in crores, it is not in millions. So this is the thing. So there, what happened, the more challenge we have for the bigger cities. So this is happening because whatever urbanization is happening, the migration, is happening. So to cope up the resources, to use the resources, I don't think that we have created the 100% resources for the this migrated population, whether it is Delhi city or Mumbai city or Calcutta, and for that matter, even the new emerging cities like metro cities like Bangalore, Chennai, and Hyderabad. So there also we have the issues. So population is migrating, so they demand for the goods and services. When they use the goods and services, then we have a lot of environmental issues and all. So that will have to focus. Although we drink water in modern way, we cannot forget the human beings' uncivilized way to gain all production sources. Unlike modern advanced ways of fresh water cleaning, ancient people could only drink and boiled water from the rivers and lakes. Of course, there is a little pollution in their times. So this is also the issue. The drinking water, the safe and hygiene water is also an issue. So the rural India, we may have the fresh water there, but urban India, the fresh water may not be there because of the population size. There is a system we use the boiled water. So that I don't think that for the total population, the boiled water is the solution for the drinking purpose. So these are the challenges we have. Then environmental degradation uh, and population. Environmental degradation is a process through which the natural environment is compromised in some way, reducing biological diversity and the general health of the environment. Sorry. This process can be entirely natural in origin, or it can be accelerated or caused by human activities. So degradation is the process through which the natural environment is compromised. In some way, directly and indirectly, we human being or responsible citizen, we may not be intending that no, our environment should be compromised, the degradation and all. But sometimes knowingly, unknowingly, there is a lot of pressure of population growth. So because of that, no degradation is usually happens in the urban place wherever the population is very high, the density of population is very high. The next point, the high level of pollution on the atmosphere from uh, uh, atmosphere form of layers that eventually absorb into the atmosphere organic compounds and such as uh, chlorofluorocarbons. Uh, uh, yeah, chlorofluorocarbon, CFC we call it. It's a technical term. Some difficulty in pronunciation and all because normally we don't use these things, this terminology, especially in the law and management, because this we are dealing in the faculty of law, have generated an opening in the ozone layer which admits higher levels of ultraviolet radiation. So in short, we call it as a UV, putting the globe at risk. So atmosphere, the different layer, ozone layer. So this has creating problem because uh, there is a issue of ultraviolet radiation, the UV various. So this is there. So because of the degradation, this issue will be there. And then this is the causes. The causes we have, the table is explanatory here. So let us see. So we have the line and soil degradation. Line and soil degradation, we have the issue like deforestation, uh, overgrazing, excessive use of fertilizers and pesticide, waste line, improper crop rotations, landslides, and desertification. So the next level of causes we have the water degradation. The first one we are dealing with the land and soil. Now we have the water degradation. Industrial waste, sewage and wastewater, mining activities, marine dumping, accidental oil leakages, burning of fossil fuel, chemical fertilizers and pesticides, global warming, re, radioactive waste, urban development, leakage from the landfills. So these issues related to the water degradation. The third one is atmosphere degradation. Smoke, fuel, persistent organic pollutants, odors. So these are the issues related to the atmosphere. So this we should take care of. These are the causes. Then causes for pollution. Pollution can be caused by a variety of chemical, substance, or energy like sound, light, or heat, smoke, foreign particles, dust, and excess noise, heat, or even sound are called pollutants. And these causes disturbance not only in the environment but also in the living entities. Vehicle emission, fuel oils, and natural gases to heat homes by products of manufacturing and power generation, particularly coal fuel, power plants, and farms from chemical production are the primary sources of human-made in air pollution. So these are the pollution because the outcome will be there because of chemical substance, the energy like sound, light, heat, smoke, foreign particles, dust, and excess noise. So these are the issues are there. And apart from that, vehicle emission is one of the major cause across the globe, particularly in urban areas where we are using more and more vehicles. And there is a possibility in European countries that the vehicle ratio is sometime more than 1:2. The one person will be having the more than one vehicle, so that is also there. So vehicle emission is one of the important issue. Then effect of pollution. They can even lead to a person's death. Long-term health efforts from air pollution include heart disease, lung cancer, respiratory disease such as emphysema. Air pollution can also cause long-term damage to people's nervous brain, uh, people's nerves, brain, kidneys, liver, and other organs. Effect of air pollution, coughing, wheezing, difficulty in breathing, irritation to eyes, noise, throat, and headache. So these are the problem effect of pollution. So whether it is India or any other country, most of the countries and most of the big cities are facing problem. The best example India is Delhi, Calcutta, and Mumbai, and even other cities also they are facing issue. Dizziness, fatigue. So this is about we are talking about the environmental degradation. So it is under the environmental law. So thank you, my dear students, and all the best. We'll meet for our next session. Thank you.